Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. Welcome to the channel. And today we're going to do some planting. And I'm planting perennials. Now the perennials that we're going to plant today is I want to up my game of front border perennials that give big bang for the buck. So we're planting the pinks in the dianthus zone 4 to 9. And then we're going to plant some heucheras that you've seen in prior videos. I haven't put them in the ground yet, so I'll go over which ones I have in those because I have a variety, and we're going to mix things up. And then I picked up some more hostas at Walmart because after pricing out hostas at Home Depot, Rona and things, the biggest bang for the buck was at Walmart with hostas for $9.98 and mosquitoes out. So we're going to plant some of those too and fill in the bed behind me. And I want it to be a mixture of foliage, color, and plants, and fill it in to the point that all I need to do is add some more ground covers to them. And that will be a separate video when I find some reasonably priced ground covers. I don't want to buy one pot of ground covers for $9.98 that's like this. I want a tray so I can spread them out. Otherwise, I'm taking that one pot and I'm doing a ton of divisions that not necessarily with the juga, which is what I want to plant, always turns out well. But I want a juga that is going to bloom either purple or pink because I want this bed to be bright, bold, and beautiful, that draws the eye in because you're seeing it from the driveway, you're seeing it from the deck, and you're seeing it from around the yard. And I think dianthus in the pinks, call it pink or purple, will do some of that work for me. And the dianthus I'm going to share with you are 3 for $15 at Walmart. For those of you that don't want to shop at Walmart, of course, you can go to greenhouses, you can go to the big box stores, or wherever you like, whatever works for you. I mean, gardening is all about whatever works for you in your area, because stuff I can get here in Saskatchewan, you may not be able to get where you live. But some of the planting ideas, tips that we share may work for most areas. So let's get started and I'll show you what I have. Here is the dianthus that we're working with. Don't you think that'll provide a lot of color to a flower bed if you mass it in borders? And this is what I purchased in case you want to get some. They're 3 for $15. They're perennial and they're full sun. And on the back it says hardiness zones 3 to 8, which is great. 6 hours of daily sun, blooms in the summer, water when top of soil is dry, blah, blah, blah. I don't feed my perennials, so I don't worry about the fertilizer, but if you want to feed them, you definitely can. You'll definitely get more blooms for it and a larger plant because it does help them to be more prolific. But I like to let Mother Nature do the work. So that is what we're planting, and we're planting purplish pink, I call it. Let me show you up close. That is the color you're going to get. It looks fairly true for the color on camera. You can see, and I think it's a stunner. And look at all the buds on it. We're looking good. And being 3 for 15, I did pick up some the other day. They had more, so I went and picked up another tray today. And so I think this will cover a lot of territory. I may have some different colored dianthus in the bed, but that's okay. It'll give it a pop of color by mixing them, and I can always move them if I so feel the urge. Heucheras. Who can go wrong with coral bells? Now these are not heucherellas. They are a different brand, and they are called coral bells. They all have different names, but I am liking the mix. I've shown these before, and we're going to scatter these together in an area, and if I like the look of them, I might pick up some more. So here are the ones that I have, and we'll start with this one. If you're looking to have color for fall, look no further than big top caramel apple. There's your coloring right there. I think she's beautiful for any time of year. Next, we have, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit on this. This is Carnival Cinnamon Stick. This is really, really gorgeous. Look at the color on these leaves. Beautiful. To add some variety to the mix, we have Carnival Cool Mint. Loving this one. I like the veining on it. It starts out as more of a chartreuse green and then it darkens. And there's more of a silver texture in the foliage. fairly smooth foliage. Should be beautiful. What are coral bells without some purple? This is Carnival, Rose, Granita. You can see it is quite gorgeous here, very purple. The veins are almost a black color, and it should be a real magnet for pollinators when it blooms. Next, we have Carnival Fall Festival. This is really nice. And the way to tell this one from Big Top Caramel Apple is the leaves. You can see the veins in this one. They're both in the same kind of color tones. This has more green to it, but way more veiny. The veins really stand out, and you're seeing a little more reds on the underside of the leaves. So I think if I plant these and keep them away from each other and mix them in with a bunch, it'll really draw the eye to the bed, because they're both quite different. The leaves are also smaller on this one and much larger on this one. And finally, we have Carnival Black Olive. And look at that color. It does remind me of olives, to be honest. Like olives that are just starting to ripen on the vine, that will become that black color. The leaves are starting out more of a green, and then you can see they darken, particularly on the edges, with a hint of red along the edge, and the undersides, of course, are a dark purple or maroon in color. This one is one of my favorites. I love them all though, you guys, and I love them together. Instead of planting like one mass of this, I really want to mix it up and make a statement with these. For all my hosta loving friends, I went back and got a sampling of hostas at Walmart. Because I mean, for $9.98, they're $22.98 at Home Depot. Why not? They're healthy, they look good, and they had some varieties I don't have. And we're going to put them in the same bed. And I'll read to you what I have here. Some you already will know, but I've tried to go and pick varieties that have unique leaves on them for color, and we'll try to space them out so they complement each other. But the first one we have here is Yellow River. And these are like zone 2. So very reliable plants that can be grown. You can see in the sunlight, we got a lot of shadow going on here. That's better. You can see the yellow in the leaf along the edges. These are nice big plants. With them being zone 2s, they're going to get 70 to 75 centimeters big, 28 to 30 inches. And what a statement plant. This is just a happy plant. It really, the yellow in it is just lovely in the sun. Look at how the sun glistens off that leaf and really brings out the veins in the leaf. And look how dark the veins look. It's kind of cool. This is Wide Brim. I definitely haven't used this one before. Same thing, zone 2. But it's only going to get 45 to 50 centimeters or 18 to 20 inches. So it's a little smaller, but it has a lot of white in the edges, and then it has a smither of green down the center. I like this one. It's very tropical looking to me, and it really shines in the sun. I think that white really helps draw the eye to a flower bed. Big Daddy, another 60 to 65 centimeters, so kind of between those two I just showed you, kind of an in-between size here. More of a blue tone leaf. Very nice looking plant. I like the heart shape to the leaf. And I think the blue will also complement the dianthus, which is a blue shade to its feathery texture. I think that'd look really nice. Cybeldiana elegans. I'm probably not saying that right. Oh, I just found something like went down my shirt. Hope it's not a tick. Anyhow, this is more of a blue. This is a big one too, 24 to 30 inches, 60 to 75 centimeters. more heart-shaped leaves, really nice blue. This is going to be a large plant and very stately in the garden. Guacamole. Well, this is a relative of Sum and Substance. It's a smaller version, 45 to 60 centimeters. But look at the size of the leaves and look at the dark edge on it. It loves sun, so it's a great one for the sun. And so is Sum and Substance. It does very well in the sun. So a mass planting of these would be great. But we're going to start with just adding this one to the bed for more color. But you can't deny how beautiful that is. Enchilada. I like this one. Really dark green edge, chartreuse center, beautiful, 48 to 60 centimeters, high, another zone 3. So that's cool. And this, by the coloring, would be a sun lover. Sometimes you can tell by the coloring if they're going to like the sun or not. More of the blues and stuff like shade, and some of the more chartreuse green ones like the sun. That this is beautiful. What a nice contrast in the garden. And finally, Francis William. Another 45 to 50, so smaller plant. Zone 2. Very nice green. This is a dark green in the center with a chartreuse green edge on it. Great big leaves, which is wonderful. Very healthy looking plant. And this will also look beautiful. Hostas, no matter what, look beautiful in the garden. They're great fillers. Here is the bed that we're working with. And I have placed all the hostas where they're going to go. And now I'm going to dig all of them in. And then we will do the coral bells or heuchras. And then finally we'll do the border here. You can see all the bare space. Now I want to point out something that I did notice this year in the garden that I wasn't impressed with. I had a couple dianthus sitting on top of the soil and they were pretty much dead. And I'm like, what happened to them? Did I not plant them deep enough? Well, I lifted them up and they were just a ball of leaves, dried out yellow leaves, but the root system was gone. So I figure my pesky rabbit came in and ate some of them. So I was telling Rob about this. He says, we'll fence off the backyard. So that is the solution we're going to incorporate in here because that jackrabbit's coming in twice a day. I suspect he's coming in at night and he's having a blast in the neighborhood with people's gardens and stuff. So that has to be put a stop to. We're not mean to animals. So I like seeing them. I love bunnies, but don't do damage to my garden. So I can't win that battle. And this is probably like a buffet for him. So we'll deal with that by doing fencing. And they probably could chew through the wire fence, but I haven't seen them do that. So we'll have to fill any gaps because you can see right there along the back, there's a bit of a gap there. So I'm going to bring in some stones, some large stones, and just run it along there to fill those gaps. So we have 3 roses sitting in the center of that bed. And they didn't do well last year, but they've settled in nicely now. So I have some seeds to put in. And delphinium will grow under the tree. In fact, I have one right over there. So we're going to lay some giant Pacific mix under the tree to fill in that gap. And what we do with these is we sow on top of the soil. If we feed the delphinium, they will probably bloom the first year. Or if they get lots and lots of water. Rob and I were just talking about moving a sprinkler in here to cover this off a bit better, because I do find it a bit dry. So I'll have to do a little more, probably bring the hose out and do a little hand watering on this. But we're supposed to get some rain in a day or so, so I might not have to do too much, and then we'll get the sprinkler moved. But let's get these delphinium in. These are great, zone 2 and up. They are stately, they are beautiful. They are my favorite perennial because of the colors, and this bed is supposed to be really colorful, and they are great gap fillers, and we'll just let them drop their seed every year. In fact, we might help them by picking up some of the seed, and then we'll have more. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I always like to provide some added value on my videos for my subscribers and viewers that will help them find plants maybe you're looking for. And I did find a deal today at Walmart. So they have Annabelle hydrangeas, and they were $12.98. These are a nice size hydrangea. Healthy, green, I'll show you up close, but $12.98. You're not going to find a deal like that around. Yes, they aren't the great big pots. If you prefer bigger pots, go for it. I will take them in any size because they will naturalize in nicely, and they have all summer to do that at this time of year. So let's look at this close, and I'll show you it up there. There it is. You can see how healthy it is, and there is the tag. So if you like Annabelles like I do, this is the one for you, and this is a good deal. So thank you everyone for watching.